Shh. Don't tell anybody, y'all. It's a secret. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Kim's Cozy Corner. I am not at home, as you can tell. I am at my daughter's house, and we're going to set up 2 GreenStalks this year. Last year, I helped my daughter and her fiance, soon to be husband, set up their first GreenStalk. And it's been a little trying times, right? Anytime you're planning a wedding and work and everyday life gets in the way. And so my daughter is out right now pampering herself. And while she's out taking care of herself, what I call that mental health day, I am going to surprise her by her coming home and this green stalk being replanted, and the green stalk right here, this blueberry, I believe is what it was called. I could be wrong, y'all. I might get the color wrong, but I'll correct it if it is. And we're going to put this one together as well. I purchased that second green stalk for her after I realized she did a really, really good job with this one here last year. So we purchased her a second one, and I'm going to get it set up for her today quickly before she gets back so she can see everything's already done. I've already run to the big box store and picked up whatever potting mix I could get. I tried to get something more premium. So I don't know anything about this type of potting mix, but it's called Kellogg's. We're going to use that one. I got 1 bag of Miracle Grow if I don't have enough of that one to fill these up. We've also purchased some transplants. And y'all, have y'all seen the price of those plants in the big box store? Ooh, y'all, that's a lot. That's a whole lot. I, I'm gonna have to start her seeds at her house so I can transplant them into her green stalks next year, because paying $5 and $6 a plant is ridiculous. But anyway, I picked up a few transplants. I said that right. 4 of those plants, I only picked up peppers and 2 tomatoes, and that's it. I've decided I'm going to start everything else from seed. Now, y'all, I am in Georgia, not quite South Georgia. I am just south of Atlanta, so I don't know if Central Georgia, I don't know. But I'm not in Atlanta, I'm south of Atlanta. And I am in zone. I'm going to put it up right here because, y'all, I don't know. And they have, or this zone, I can start a lot more stuff from seed in the month of June that we're in, and know that I still have plenty of warm days to get a harvest. So I'm going to plant a ton of seeds in this second green stalk. And we're going to plant some things for my daughter that she's never grown before. And you're going to get to see all of that. But the first thing I got to do is take this one down, put it on a real GreenStalk Ultimate Spinner. So I purchased 2. And we need to put this one together, and let's get the soil in it. And of course, y'all, it's hot. I'm in Georgia. It's hot. I'm not used to this heat. I'm from the Midwest. It's not quite this warm, or should I say humid yet where I live. But I'm going to quickly try to get the soil in, and then I'm probably going to have to take a break, cool off, and come back and plant everything. But let's get started. Now, Kahlua, please don't eat the pepper leaves. And Cooper, you watch your big sister. I know you're bigger, but you need to watch your big sister. We got a lot of work to get done before mom and dad gets back. So let's get to it. All right, y'all. I got this green one done as best as I could get it done very quickly anyway. So let me show you what I've done so far. And y'all, I had to stop 3 times, sweat coming off of me so bad. But anyway, let me show you what I got done so far. So I got them apart. And yes, I threw all the leaves over in that corner right there. I will sweep the deck when I'm done. But, oh goodness, I forgot that watering disc. Okay, I got one more watering disc. I cleaned it out for the most part. There's a few leaves. I'll get those out when I get ready to plant. She did have some things that overwintered very well, and so that's thyme right there. I think it's German thyme. and it overwintered. It did well. She has a couple pockets with spring onion. I will add a few seeds to go with those. She had rosemary that came back from last year, and I think that's another German thyme right there. But everything else, I kind of cleaned the pockets out really good. The soil seems to be in good shape as well. So we just need to put some fertilizer in, y'all, and start with these transplants. But I don't want to start with the transplants until I go ahead and put the soil in the other GreenStalk. This blue GreenStalk that I have right behind me here, it's what they call a bundle or a starter kit or something like that. I'll put the actual words right here. So it has some original tiers and some leaf tiers. So I'm going to be able to grow plants with, larger roots, as well as plants that don't have real large and deep roots. So we're going to get a little bit of everything. So let me get the dirt in those, the soil in those first, and then we'll talk about how we're going to put them all together. So let me show you this potting soil. There are a lot of wood chips in here, y'all. This is not my preferred potting soil. This right here is Miracle Grow Moisture Control. Only bought one bag of that. This is what I put in here last year. The soil is still in good shape. This, y'all, that's a lot of wood chips for me. I don't care for that, but this is what we got, so we're going to have to use it. I have everything filled up. I am holding off on one of the 10-inch tiers because the towers just gets too tall. So we're going to do 2 of the original, and we're going to do 3 of the leaf planters on this one. But I already have 5 of the originals on that one back there, so we will leave those 5. I will add additional soil and fertilizer to each of those pockets when I get ready to put it back together. But right now, y'all, the sun is on me, and we're going to take a break. I don't want to have heat stroke out here trying to do a good thing. Anyway, we'll take a break and we'll be right back. Okay, y'all, our break is over. We got a little bit of cloud cover, so I thought I'd take this opportunity to try to go ahead and plant up the blue GreenStalk. So these are our 10-inch deep pockets, and so we are going to put some really, really big plants in those. And then we have, is it raining? Is that really my luck? Okay, no, it's not raining. Okay, for these next 3, we are only going to put things in there that don't have deep roots. So let's talk about what we're going to put in here. For the blue GreenStalk, we're going to plant everything from seed. And I do mean everything. Again, I'm farther south. We're past the last frost for sure. And the next time they get frost is way out in the future compared to me. So we can start from seed this far south in Georgia. So in the bottom 2, in the 10-inch deep pockets, we are going to put some zucchini. And here's one of the zucchinis. It's called Zucchini Elite. And you notice this pack has a little container on it, which means it's great for container gardening. So we're going to put that one in there. We're also going to put in this one right here. There's a container on it as well, dark green zucchini. And we are going to put 1 tomato in there, Boxcar Willie. It's got a container on it. I've never grown this one before. It's an indeterminate tomato, and the fruit can get anywhere from 12 to 18 ounces, but it's 80 days before harvest. They have 80 days left in this season, if not more. So these should come in very late, but they should still come in. So that's the first tier. In the second tier, we're going to do Black Krim, which is an indeterminate tomato as well. Fruit can get up to 12 ounces, has a beautiful color, and the taste is more like traditional heirloom type tomatoes. We're also going to do the Abe Lincoln. I grew it in my garden last year. Wasn't crazy about it, but it says it's a good container variety. So, of course, we got it so we can put it in our GreenStalk. And if I was at home, I would have just brought her all transplants, but I'm not at home. And in between the tomatoes, we're going to put in some kale. Kale is going to help us finish off those containers and kind of space out those tomatoes since I don't know much about them. They're not my traditional what I call dwarf style tomatoes. So I'm not quite sure how they're going to do. So we're going to put a little kale in between them to help separate them just a little bit. So now we're talking about our leaf green stalk, or our leaf planters. There's 3 of them. And one tier by itself, I'm going to put green beans in there. I'm going to put these Bush Blue Lake green beans in there. And the other one, of course, y'all, what am I going to put in the other one? Some Gold Rush. Look at that. Some yellow beans. And my daughter loves to stir fry. Her fiance loves to cook as well. So they can take these beans and do some amazing things with them. In the very top, we're going to put cucumbers and a little bit of salad mix. I don't know if the salad's going to make it, but we're going to try. But I have Bush Companion, and I have Pickle Bush. And I've lost my shade and my cloud cover, so now it's hot again. And then for the little bit of lettuce we're going to try is just a mesclun mix. So we will see if they can get a little bit of lettuce as well. So those are the seeds we're going to try to get put in really quickly here before I have to take another break. I might just put them in place and come back out here later and push them down because that sun is hot. But anyway, let's see if we can get these seeds in. I'm going to follow the directions on the seed package and plant them to the depth that the seed package calls for. But y'all, let me get to this quickly and take another break. Okay, I'm back out here. I finally got my camera charged up so I don't have to try to hold my phone while I'm doing this. I have the seeds in the blue container. So the blue container is ready to go. So we are going to start stacking the blue container. I took a nice long break this time, y'all. Anyway, we are going to use the ultimate spinner. I tried to use something other than this last year because I was kind of in a hurry. I was kind of cheap. Yeah, and the sun's coming back out. That's my luck. Anyway, it didn't work. So go ahead, spend your money on the ultimate spinner. Don't be cheap like me. Get the ultimate spinner so you can move your GreenStalk around on your deck or wherever you're planning on putting it. This is the perfect thing for small spaces. And my daughter, although she has a backyard, I know she's not going in her backyard, but she does come out on the deck with her dogs and stuff. So this is perfect. And I did get the one with wheels. You can get it with or without wheels. So we got it with wheels this year. And so we will put the green one on wheels as well. Just make sure you lock your wheels so it don't roll off the sidewalk like mine did last year. Anyway, here it is. All right, we're going to lock the wheels in place. I'm trying to remember, up or down is locked. Okay, down is locked. There we go. It's not going anywhere now. All right, we are going to get this one put together, and then we will roll it in place. Yeah, I took that nice long break, and I'm going to pay for it now because I'm running out of time. So I got to move quickly, or they're going to be home before I get done. On their deck, well, let me just tell you, they are surrounded by trees. There are trees all over the backyard. So honestly, they could even put a GreenStalk in their backyard if they wanted to because it's fully shaded. But their deck isn't. There's lots of sun out here, I know, because I've been in it all day. So the deck is the perfect place for their GreenStalk. So now we're going to put the little watering disc in. We're going to line the hose up with each pocket. I'm putting the original on the bottom. And you want to make sure that this sits all the way in. If you don't have it sitting all the way in, it won't water properly. And here's a picture kind of showing you the technology and the thought process behind the watering disc and how it thoroughly waters evenly throughout the whole planter. Putting the disc in between and facing these little watering disc holes to each pocket is part of that process. So I have my large plants on the bottom. I spin it around. I make sure every pocket is in. If that pocket's not in, then we're not done until we get every pocket in there. One of the things we don't have to worry about on the deck is making sure it's level. But if we were on the ground, that would be a step that we would have to do. These first two 7-inch tiers are my green beans. And then we'll put the top on. And when you get to the very top, then you have the watering disc. Or not the watering disc, the top watering disc. I guess it's still a watering disc, but it's the top. And then we put the top on. Now, there is one more 7-inch tier, but it makes it just too tall. And they have some pretty bad storms down here. Their GreenStalk has never turned over, but I'm not going to give it any chances of turning over either. But it's just too tall with that one. So we're going to stop right here. 2 10-inch deep pockets and 3 7-inch deep pockets. This one's ready to go. And we're going to unlock the wheels and we're going to move it out the way and we're going to work on the green one. Y'all, look how easy that is. Look at this. Whoa. It's so easy to move around. So let's move it over here out the way. And now we're going to work on the green one. So for this green one, I've already put fertilizer in here. I ran out here in between one of my cooling off breaks. And I put the fertilizer in here. I mixed it in already. I know I still got a few leaves in here. The leaves will eventually just break down and become natural fertilizer. So a couple leaves won't hurt it. This is going to be our top tier right here because this is the one we're going to put the herbs in. And there are onion already in here and some trees. I'm trying to get all the trees out. We don't want the trees in there. I didn't add any more soil yet, but we will probably have to add some. I can see now that this one settled a little too much, so we will need to add a little bit. All right, so I have all of my little transplants right here, and my little expensive transplants, I should say. And the plan for the transplants is to put most of them down low. I think I got enough transplants for 3 tiers because I have 18 transplants. So I have hot cayenne peppers. I'm supposed to have 6, but I have a lot more than 6. I thought I only had 1 extra plant. I have 2, 4, 6, 8. I have 10 cayenne peppers. I didn't need 10, y'all. 10 is too many. But there's 10 cayenne peppers. I have 2 giant Marconis. That's a sweet pepper, so I'm going to put them all together. Sweet peppers are going to be on the same level. I have a red bell sweet pepper, a green bell. I have another green bell. I have jalapenos. Burpees had plants at the big box store, just like the Bonnie, but the Burpees was like half the price of a Bonnie. And I don't know why, but it was definitely about half the price of a Bonnie. So I picked up some jalapenos and I picked up a Thai hot pepper. Oh, there's a breeze blowing now, y'all. Oh, it feels good. Perfect. So I have 6 sweet peppers, a whole bunch of hot peppers, and then I also purchased 2, it's a cherry tomato. It's 4 containers, or container gardening, I should say. Husky cherry red. So I picked up 2 of those as well. So we got our plan. The plan is good to go. I hope they like cayenne pepper because I'm going overboard in cayenne. All right, my time is running short, y'all. I got like 30 minutes to finish up. I did not bring any of my mycorrhizal, so none of my Mykos, but we're going to put 6 peppers down here, and we're going to put all cayenne pepper in this bottom tier. And y'all, these peppers are so dry. They are so unhappy. I'm going to have to leave those together. It's going to be too much work to separate them. For the peppers, I'm just going to plant them to the same depth they already was. I'm not going deeper for the peppers. I need to find one I can separate somewhere here. I am not going to separate them. I'm going to leave these growing 2 to a pocket. I'm loosening up the bottom of these peppers to kind of promote growth of the roots again. In order to promote growth, though, first thing I got to do, I got to give them some water because they thirsty, y'all. I like to lean my peppers out a little bit. You don't have to. I just do it. So when I'm putting it together, I won't pinch the peppers because usually I'm doing it by myself, even when I'm not trying to surprise my daughter. All right, this one is together. Now I'm going to put some more soil in it. Not right now. We're going to do that all at one time. Now we're moving to the sweet peppers. So this can be one whole tier of nothing but sweet peppers. Now see that? I separated the two plants. And yes, these have peppers already on them, but guess what, y'all? I'm going to pull these peppers off. I don't want peppers already on them. If your plants already have peppers on them or whatever type fruit it is, then it's going to put its energy into reproducing. So that fruit is a type of reproduction for the plant. So if you have fruit on your plant when you first put them in the ground, y'all, we're going to take the fruit off. Or I should say we should take the fruit off. That way the fruit can put all, or the plant can put all of its attention to becoming one with the soil, right? Growing that root system that it needs to have. This one is so root bound. It is so root bound. It thought it was time to put peppers on. That's why it's growing peppers at such a small size. Wow. I'm really trying to loosen up this root system. It is so root bound. And the pepper's coming off. It's a nice pepper, but it's got to come off, y'all. We can enjoy it. We'll eat it, but it can't stay on there. I pulled it out because I need the pepper closer to the outside of the pocket. That's the only reason. It would have been fine. I'm leaving these roots in here. We'll just drop them and let them compost in place, giving us additional fertilizer as they break down. Wow, y'all, look at that. I don't think I've ever seen a plant that root bound before. I really do believe it's the worst I've ever seen. Pull the pepper off. Got the plant in there. And we're going to do the same thing with these next two. And I will bring you back when I'm done. All of these plants, except for the tomatoes, we are going to plant back to the depth they already were. For the tomatoes, we're going to bury them just a little deeper. And the peppers are coming off. Y'all, look at that. I have 2 tomato plants here. Nice. Be some nice peppers for them to snack on while we're waiting for the rest of them to get happy in their new homes. So I'm getting ready to plant the top 2 tiers of the green one. And for the top 2 tiers, I don't have any transplants. So we will be planting seeds. And I am going to plant 2 types of tomatoes. I am going to plant the early girl. And yes, it's a little late to be planting tomatoes, but we're going to plant this early girl here. It's 52 days to harvest. And the early girl is a indeterminate plant, and it gives you 4 to 6 ounce fruits, which means in 52 days, after they germinate, right? After they germinate and get established, we're going to be having tomatoes. So I already have the husky cherry tomatoes. They'll be coming in soon because the plants are already established. The next plant that's probably going to start giving me tomatoes will be the early girl. And after the early girl is going to be this Oregon Spring, which I don't know anything about the Oregon Spring, but it's a determinate plant. And it gives me, it does not say. It doesn't say the size of the fruit. I don't see it on here, but it says it's good for containers. So there's a container on this package, and that's why I chose that one. So those are the tomatoes I'm going to add. And then in the very, very top, we're going to do some parsley. If I got a place for it, we'll see. We'll also do basil, because everybody needs basil in their life. And I'm tired of having to give her basil. She can grow her own, she can dry her own, and I'm not trying to ship basil 500 miles to the south. And then we're going to add to the bunching onions. So in this one right here, I have some thyme, German thyme, that's trying to come back. So I'm going to let it have its pocket. I'm going to let this rosemary keep its pocket as well. But then that gives me 4 pockets to get 4 plants in. And so I have 2 types of tomatoes that we're going to put in these 4 pockets. So for the early girl, we're going to choose 2 pockets for the early girl. Coop, it's okay. You've been out here for a minute. Wow, these seeds have some kind of clay coating over them. They're not just regular tomato seeds. They have a clay coating on them. Are they organic? They are not organic, but they're non-GMO. 52 days to harvest on the early girls, but they have a white clay coating on them. And so then for now these are organic here. This Oregon Springs, they're organic, and these are the ones that are determinate. And they have a compact determinate vine, which means it's going to put all the fruit on mostly at one time, and it's 55 days to harvest. Now these seeds are not coated. They're not clay coated. I'm putting 2 seeds per pocket. Somehow I done messed up over here. Just in case one doesn't germinate, give me a better chance for germination. I think I put 3 seeds in the other pocket. Didn't mean to do that. Hey, it'll be all right. I will have to add just a little more soil to this one. The good thing is that I only need to add soil to maybe 2 or 3 of these 5. So we'll be okay. Because I really don't like that new soil. And I've used all of my other up. We will work on our last one here. A ton of time right here. Happy as it can be. And this is lemon time. I said it was German. This one is lemon. This one and this other one right here, that's German time, lemon time. Oh, I can smell the lemon too. I touched it. Oh, it smells so good. Ooh, it smells good. Okay, all right. Concentrate, Kim. Concentrate. You're about out of time. Bunching onions, or what we like to call spring onion. She's going to be home and I'm going to get caught, y'all. And again, you can see here, some of them survived from last year, but we're going to add to that pocket, or to those pockets, I should say. And then I have 3 pockets left, and I have 2 or 3. 2 things to put in here. I'm putting basil in 2 for sure, because my daughter eats a ton of basil. This is just Genovese basil. I think last time I did sweet basil, but this is Genovese. Roughly all the same thing. It's an Italian style basil. And in the last pocket, we're going to put this Italian giant parsley. Ooh. Y'all, we can't put that much in there. That ain't going to happen. I overdid that. That's still too much, but it's in there. I'm going to go ahead and put the soil in these 3 containers right here that we need to add a little more soil. Cooper's showing you where we're going to put this one together. Okay, Cooper, we'll put it right there. That's where we're going to put it, right there. So we have our little spinner. We are going to put the sweet peppers on the bottom. Look at that. Spinning around doing its thing. We're going to put our little gray disc in there. Then we're going to the hot peppers. Kind of make sure they're in there right. One thing I do want to say as I'm putting this all back together, you have to grow based on where you live. And so I live super far north. There are certain things I probably can't start from seed right now. Like, for example, I probably would not start from seed right now peppers. But I'm far enough south that I might be able to start a pepper plant from seed, depending on how long it takes to get full size before harvest. Outside of volunteers, I wouldn't be starting tomato plants from seed right now. A volunteer is a little different. Did I mess up I think I messed up. I did. A volunteer has already started for you. It's happy. It's more acclimated to the soil than anything you put in it. And y'all, these tears are heavy because they've been sitting out here and getting watered with all of this rain that's been coming. But you know, depending on where you live, like in the winter, I grow indoors. For some people, it's 110 in the shade in the summer for them. So maybe in the summer is when you need to grow indoors. So just keep that in mind when you're trying to determine when to start your plants. It all depends on first frost, last frost, and just how hot it gets. I've had a few people ask me about watering. Now my daughter's going to have to probably water more than me. You know, we are in Georgia. It's a little warmer down here than it is where I live. When it gets super hot, my daughter's probably going to have to water more than I do because it's just so warm. It's going to dry out her green stalks faster than it's going to dry mine out. Or maybe you live in a more desert climate, so you have a more dry heat. If you have a more dry heat, again, you may have to water more because you're going to get more evaporation than someone who lives in a very humid climate. So we need to keep all of those things in mind as you're starting and setting up and growing your own garden. Y'all see how high this thing is? This is why I typically don't go 5 high, but this green stalk is fully laid out as well. We got everything in. The only thing left is to put the top on. And I did give everything a nice rinse, cleaned it out really good because we want to make sure we get good watering as we're watering this from the top. Okay. So this planter is done as well. All right, we're going to roll this over. I guess about right here. It's probably a good spot. Locking the wheels back down. We will bring the other one over. 2 green stalks for my daughter to enjoy fresh vegetables all summer long, and she has no clue that I'm even doing this. Yes, she knew she had the green stalks, but she had no clue that I was going to get this done for her today. So this would be a nice surprise on her day of relaxation to see that not only did she get to relax, but the hard work has already been done. And y'all, I'm sweating like crazy. So let me finish cleaning up and making it a beautiful scene for her. There are a couple of things that I didn't get to, which will be the trellising system. Y'all, let's do it right quick. Let's do it right quick. All right, so we're going to do this trellising system super quick. And if it wasn't a super quick process, we wouldn't be able to do it. Well, y'all, at some point in time, the camera went off, and I don't know when, but I got the trellising up on this one here. I have one more set. We'll put it in later because I know they're on their way home. I'm going to put trellising here. Actually, I put that one set here. That'll trellis those. And then we will use these little things here to trellis the peppers and tomatoes in the upper containers. Before I close up shop, I do have to get everything watered in. We're going to water everything in by pocket if I plant it in seeds, and then we're going to water from the top as well. But that's it. We got to wrap up. Let me finish cleaning up quickly before she gets here. But y'all, that's it, y'all. 2 green stalks for my daughter to enjoy this summer. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to the channel, turning on notifications, and please don't forget to give me a thumbs up and share with your friends and family. You can grow a lot of food in a small space with the GreenStalk vertical planter. Until next time, and I hope there will be a next time that you hang out at Kim's Cozy Corner with me. Bye.